Hello, Olu again. Nuggets of wisdom coming at you again. Why are you please like, share, hit the notification bell for new content? My brothers, my sisters, we having a lot of views, but we have less people subscribing. Help a brother out. Smash that subscription button. My topic today is my mind and my conditioned mindset. My mind and my conditioned mindset. Let's talk about it. Welcome back. While you please like, share, hit the notification bell for new content. My brothers, my sisters, this is not one of my very interesting fast talking kind of videos today. It's something that I have to sit down, think through, and actually slow down. I came across this quote the other day that I thought was very powerful. And I'm a kind of person when I hear a word, even if I've read it like over a week ago, but it kind of never left me. It kind of made me question myself. So I'm going to read it. So let's cut through the chase. When you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his actions. You do not have to tell him not to stand here or go yonder. He will find his proper place and he will stay in it. You do not need to send him to the back door. He will go without being told. In fact, if there is no back door, he will cut one for his special benefits. His education makes it necessary. When I came across this quote, I had to stop. This is not something I'm going to rush into. It's not something I'm going to, my video, I get excited sometimes and I go fast, 100 miles an hour. But I need to sit down and let this marinate a little. Look at what he said here. Let's break it down. He will go without being told. In fact, if there's no back door, he will cut one for his special benefit. Last statement, his education makes it necessary. My brothers, my sisters, there's been a lot of literature, a lot of books about mindsets. There have been a lot of books about conditioned mindset. But it's one for you to read those books, it's one for you to understand it. It's another thing for someone to actually put language to the words they're trying to actually articulate. Let's decipher this thing for a sec. So I have my mind, which I think, which direct the affairs of my life. I had a subconscious mind that I think maybe the imprint of my childhood, trauma I've been through, the whole 9 yards. And in my subconscious mind, I have the conditioned mind. What do I mean by that? So many things we're doing subconsciously, we don't even know. We are conditioned to act accordingly, regardless of how we feel or don't feel. Have you seen people hold on to traditions that no longer serve them? Have you seen people be in relationships just because of what the society will, because how they will look in the eyes of society? Have you seen people do religious norms or societal norms or even marketing norms? Let me give you a good example. If I say it's a designer wear, just because everybody says it's expensive and you will be respected differently when you wear it, your mind is conditioned. Not to say that you don't like those things. I'm wearing a Nike hat, right? And you may say, oh, only you're conditioned. And the more reason why I actually did it is like, okay, I know we don't wear a hat, but okay, maybe I'm conditioned. Maybe that little sign there is a sign of conditioning. But it goes deeper than that for me. When I read this actually quote, the name of the guy who wrote is Carter G. Woodson. When I read this quote, I had to go over it multiple times. It is not something I could just like gloss over. So you're going to see me go back and refer to it many, many times. I want us to take this thing line by line so you can actually understand what I'm trying to explain here. Are you trying to pick up what I'm trying to throw down? Are you trying to catch what I'm trying to throw? I want you to listen very carefully. When you control a man's thinking or woman, you don't have to worry about his actions. In other words, remote control. I will say this, and this may be a little controversial. Everybody thinks that any outside, everything that has been conditioned by society, the other is always better. Somebody got the better clothes, somebody got the better car, conditioning. So what it says here, you do not have to worry about his actions. I already put it out there. Whether you like it or not, you're going to get that limited Jordan, you're going to get that expensive gear, your outfit has to be on point, conditioning. You don't have to tell him to stand here or go yonder. Nike or when they do all these Black Fridays every week, and they tell you they're going to sell that TV for $250, and people stay there overnight the night before. The guys who just did the marketing sit back and collect the checks. So they don't need to do anything. They just need to say, we have a Black Friday, come out, come get it. And what's going to happen? We all go there and we line up. And they're going to be lying out of the door onto the streets. It's absolutely crazy. So this is the things I was looking at. I thought to myself, this is how many things we're doing in the society that we're being conditioned, whether we know it or not. He said he will find his proper place. So let's say the sake of this thing, you will find the line to go to. You will find the shoes to wear. You will buy the car that you can't afford. You will do all this crazy stuff that has no bearing on where you're going. Don't make you less, doesn't mean you can't eat. But he said, you do not need to send him to the back door. I don't need to tell you to spend your money. You're already spending it. That's why the commercials run 7 times, so you can register in your brain. You're gonna buy me at one point, because every time I run those commercials, I'm conditioning your mind. This scare the living daylight out of me. And myself included, this is not to say that I'm better than anybody. It's something I just discovered by myself. I just discovered, and I've discovered it. But for somebody to put it the way he put it here, this Mr. Goodson way, the way he put it, I had to sit back. This is totally bonkers. So even without you telling him to do what he needs to do, without you telling you to, without you putting without you dragging you out of your house to go do it, without you pushing you at all, you're going to do it. Our thinking, myself included, directly or indirectly in a subtle manner, is being conditioned and being controlled. So how do we get out of this? How do we do this? How do we stop self-sabotaging ourselves? How we stop inflicting self-inflicted wounds on ourselves, either emotionally, spiritually, or financially? How do we stop that? or at least mitigate it. At least try and minimize the damage. Probably you won't get everything right, but can you at least start with something? That leads me to just 3 points I want to share. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. I don't have the magic pill. This has been decades, centuries of this being done. Over and over and over again. So how do you think people are going to do? But one thing I want to notice, if we can actually save a 0.5%, we're doing well. So I'm going to give you 3 points that will at least give you some idea when you think you're being conditioned with your thoughts. Number 1, my action, is it influenced by other people's processes? Am I being coerced? Am I being pushed? Am I being gypped? Am I being lied to? If you go around here, there's sales everywhere. I'm not using money as again. It can be anything. It can be emotional. It can be financial. It can be religious. I don't have the time to go to every step. But I think you get the drift. Am I being conditioned? Second question. If it's too good to be true, if your return on your investment of your conditioning has not been favorable to you, maybe it's too good to be true. You need to look at it that way. Okay, they telling me to spend all this money, but at the end of the day, I have no money in my bank account. I'm going into debt. I'm wasting my money. I'm in the red. Okay, when I have my credit score up, they give me more money to spend. When I spend the money, then I go back into red again. If it's too good to be true, maybe it is. Last point. If I just apply what energizes am I being conditioned by society? I want you to just ask questions. Brothers, ask questions. Sisters, this is crazy. We are self-sabotaging, self-inflicting wounds upon ourselves in every area of our life just because we're being conditioned. Another way to know if you're being conditioned, once you go against the grain, the war will be against you because they want you to follow the herd. When you decide, I don't think I want to go that route. If there's a majority going that route, it's probably the wrong route. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, narrow is the way that leads to heaven. Wide is the road that leads to hell. My brothers and sisters, I can go on about this. My topic today, my mind or my conditioned mindset. What is it? Where are you going? Are you controlled like a remote? Is your mind being controlled like a remote control? Or at least you have some kind of handle of what's going on. This may not be the most popular topic, but I want you, this is not to excite you. It's here to inspire you. Think deeply of your actions before you move. It's always again nuggets of wisdom. Like, share, hit the notification bell for new content. God bless.